This video is all about creating a rubric for an assignment in Google Classroom. And so to move us along and make this as brief as possible, I've already pulled up my assignment on Google Classroom. You can see I've got a title, I've got instructions, I've attached a document, made a copy for each student, point value, have a due date attached, and a topic. And then this little button down here on the right-hand side, this plus rubric, that's going to be the button you want to choose to create a rubric. Now you have options. You can create a rubric, reuse a rubric, or import from Sheets a pre-made rubric, but we're going to go to create. We'll cover the others in other videos. You want to make sure that you have your scoring on if you want to use this to score the assignment. And so this is your template, the form that you're going to use to fill out your rubric. And basically you have criterion titles that you want to add. So we're going to put one in right away. We're going to say use of evidence. Okay, that's going to be our criterion title. We can describe it for students, and I would encourage you to describe your criterion as much as possible. We're going to skip it at this point, but you certainly would do it. We're going to give a point value. So we'll say the first point value is going to be 20. A level title. Again, you can be very fancy with level titles if you want. You can say exceeds expectations, and then the next criterion could be meet. The next level could be meets expectations. I prefer just to do the point value so students can see that as they go through, as well as giving a description. Okay, so for the description of the title, we want to put in something like uses evidence to explain topic. And you can fill in anything you want there. We're going to hit the plus button to add another level. And so now we'll go down to 15. We'll say something like, again, 15 here. And the description doesn't use evidence as much as needed. And again, you could fill this in with whatever criterion you'd want. Again, tap that plus sign. We'll go down to 10. Again, with 10 here. And little evidence used. And a little trick here, if you look down here in this the three buttons, you can delete the level here if that's what you want. If you make a mistake, you can always go back and delete. But we're going to just go through one more level and no evidence used. So that's your first criterion. So we've actually set up our first criterion level. We're going to add a criterion by hitting the add criterion button down here. So the second one we're going to do is organization. And again, same process as we go through. So you can kind of see how we're doing this. Again, I would be much more detailed in what I was doing for description, but for our sake, we're going to try to hustle through here just so you can see. How this works. So we're going to tap these and get this all out. And there's one other trick I want to show you. Go through here, and again, all kinds of mistakes, but you would clean this up if you were doing this on your own. We'll even say see me. So there's our second criterion. So we've got the second criterion. That's for organization. We've got the first one up here for use of evidence. What I like to do is hit the three buttons up here in the title, and I'm going to duplicate this criterion, which actually makes a copy, and then I can just change the last criterion. I can change the title and point values as I see. So once I pull in all my criterion, I have my rubric set up the way I want. I've got my three topics, 60 points. It adds it up. All I do is I hit save. And now down the rubric is attached to this assignment for students to see.